Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all well and that you're all having a great day. To start things off, U.S. investment fund Soros Fund Management, which currently operates about $26 billion in assets, will reportedly be investing in cryptocurrencies, despite the fact that the head of the fund, George Soros, earlier claimed that crypto is a bubble. Bloomberg reported Friday, April 6th. According to Bloomberg, citing people familiar with the matter, Adam Fisher, who is responsible for global macroeconomics investing at Soros Fund Management, has already received internal approval for cryptocurrency operations but has not started trading yet. In a speech at the World Economic Forum in Davos on January 25th, Soros argued that cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin cannot be considered currency due to their volatility and that their value is speculative. I definitely did a video on this. Bitcoin is not a currency because a currency is not supposed to be a stable store of value, and the currency that can fluctuate 25% can't be used, for instance, to pay wages because wages dropped by 25 cents in a day. It's a speculation based on a misunderstanding. I always say to pay attention to what's happening. Why in the world would this person want to finally get into cryptocurrencies as the prices have been dropping? Normally this would scare people off, but it seems that rich people are now looking to pile into the market. And I kind of wonder why. Not really. We all know why. It's because of greed. That was a trick question. Next up, the South African Reserve Bank, the SARB, is establishing a self-regulatory organization to control cryptocurrency and fintech developments in the country. The news outlet FinExtra reported April 4th. Sorry for the question mark there. The SARB does not currently supervise or regulate cryptocurrencies, but in the interest of ensuring investors' protections and preventing risk, it has opted to establish an investigative unit aimed at overseeing developments in the industry. Bridget King, who is the central bank's director of banking practice, said that the self-regulatory organization, the SRO, will be a non-state agency authorized to establish its own rules, directives, and standards. It will take measures to prevent systematic risk while enabling South Africa's burgeoning crypto industry to remain competitive globally. King said, regulating cryptocurrencies prematurely could have the negative consequence of throttling the growth and innovation of the industry. In addition, if laws are drafted based on existing technology, which is still in its growth phase, there is a risk that the technology may have moved so much by the time the legislation is enacted that the legislation is obsolete or requires updating almost immediately to align with the latest technology. I like when countries get it, when they kind of step in line. We've talked about a couple other countries before who do not understand that this technology is going to completely engulf the entire world like it already has. There's so many people talking about this, and it's not just us anymore. This has completely gone mainstream. So countries that do understand that this is going to completely change the way that we live will become very rich countries over the next couple of years. And those who do not, they will not receive the money, and we will not be going there, I guess. Next up, there's news about so long story short, without reading the entire thing, they are trying to start atomic swaps on the Lightning Network. As of now, the Lightning protocol is not all that easy to access for the everyday user. There is no convenient user interface to speak of, which is always a big concern when it comes to cryptocurrency. This is where DMG Blockchain Solution comes in, as one of its developers is working on a user-friendly visual swapping tool, which will highlight one particular aspect of the Lightning protocol. With this tool, users should be able to swap between various cryptocurrencies with the help of the open source Lightning protocol. This technology is used by the developers of Bitcoin, Litecoin, and a few other currencies. In a way, this new interface will make cross-chain atomic swaps a lot easier while still benefiting from the Lightning protocol itself. There's no date and or time when they say this will be done. They are currently working on it, but when this is finally done, we're finally able to use Lightning Network, there's still no official date. I'm going to assume 1.5 to 2.5 years until this is finally completely implemented. And once we have atomic swaps, I think this is probably the moment when Bitcoin will probably be able to hit $500,000 per coin. This is just my idea on it. I don't think we're going to hit 1 million that quick. Maybe not as quick as John McAfee thinks, but this is going to be very, very huge when we finally have an intense amount of speed and we can swap between coins all on the Bitcoin network. That is going to be very, very huge. Last up, the last story that we have for today. It seems that even though a lot of people, when you I had this discussion with a friend before. When you talk about Bitcoin, you talk about cryptocurrencies. The one thing that everyone kind of knows at this point is Bitcoin. When you talk about any of the other coins, no one really knows what you're talking about. Some people may have heard of Ethereum. A lot of people may have heard of Ripple, whatever the case might be. But it seems that in India and a lot of other parts of the world, Ethereum is actually the number one coin that a lot of people are going for, as reported by Quartz, data provided by free internet provider Jana in its latest mobile majority report has shown that interest in Ethereum reigns supreme in the diverse South Asian country, that would be India. Over the last 5 months, Ethereum has laid claim to 34.4% share of digital currency related searches, 4.5% higher than Bitcoin queries. Ethereum has 34%. BuyUcoin is actually NEM, which I had never heard BuyUcoin before in my life. And Dash, Neo, Litecoin, Ripple, and Monero all trail far, far behind, as it seems that NEM, Bitcoin, and Ethereum are the top coins to have in India. I do not live in India. If you guys or know someone or are living in India yourself, tell me if or how true this is. If other people you have spoken to definitely know of these three coins. It's very interesting that some of the other top coins are also lagging far behind, but I mean, it is Bitcoin and Ethereum, so it's kind of what's going to happen. But this is what we've seen as well in other countries as well. I believe in South Korea and in Japan, I believe it is Ethereum and Ripple and I want to say Neo that kind of like dominate that space as well. So I guess every country has their, kind of go-to coin, if you will. All right, everyone, that is definitely going to do it for this video. I hope you guys are having that's an awful photo. Hope you guys are having a great weekend wherever you are, wherever you might be, whatever you might be doing. Always pay attention to what rich people say, especially when the markets are going down. They somehow know how to profit from it, so make sure that you are profiting as well. Thank you once again for all the support, and I will talk to you all soon. See you.